Hello friends, happy Saturday night. It's Saturday night for me, or at least it is 6:06 here, so it is Saturday evening, and just an absolutely beautiful day here, and getting a lot of work done, getting ready for my next teaching of Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp, and getting ready for the Money Lab, which is going to be starting October 13th. But I already have ladies in there now who are starting, and they are reaping some of the benefits of some added value bonus activations that are in there. And let me see if I can share this. My internet's really wonky right now. So let me see if I can share, which would be real nice. The computer is not very fast right now. There we go. So today I did an activation and a guided experience of remembering your future. And so we are really in a very unique and special time here on this 3D timeline where we find ourselves right now, because we're learning new tricks. We are learning new tools. We have new technologies coming in that we are learning how to use. And I am one of those people that really likes to play in different planes and dimensions and realms and see what's there and see what's accessible to us now, and accessible in such a way that not only I can use these, let's just call them technologies, multidimensional technologies, tools that we can use in a greater dimensional realm that's beyond what we can do here in 3D, and have an experience of something that has the desired effects of helping us manifest, helping us bring in a greater quality of experience, but using new passageways to access that. So one of the things that I have been playing with and refining for a while is remembering your future. So I wrote a post about it today, but I really wanted to talk about it because it can kind of land with you in a different way when you read something versus when you hear it or you're speaking to someone and sharing this information. Hi, Allison. So remembering your future is manifesting outside of the linear mind while accessing a 0 point of eternal consciousness in the now moment. Because the now moment is where all creation takes place. I manifested you right now. I love it. I'm here. So think about that for a moment. Let that wash over you. Remembering your future is manifesting outside of the linear mind while accessing a 0 point of eternal consciousness in the now moment, which is where all creation takes place. So all creation takes place in the pure being and presence of now. It is a point of consciousness accessed through will and choice. So only from this place do you have that clear feeling of your frequency and your energetic vibration. So if you want to change your reality, if you want to experience positive shifts in your reality, you must change your frequency from this access point of creation, which is the now moment, the present moment, because that's where all creation takes place. And from this place of the now moment, you have an expanded awareness. You are open, you are connected. And sustaining, for instance, in this place, something like what we're doing in the Money Lab, a wealth frequency, it is like standing in the middle of a giant data stream of infinite potential that is ripe with the availability of all universal codes of creation. It's pretty Pretty outstanding, isn't it? So this non-dual perspective, because in the now moment where everything is cohesive, there is only one, because this is the access point of pure creation, is the now moment. This non-dual perspective allows you to be the architect of a more refined and deliberate reality. So once you're in the space of actively, dynamically, and consciously creating your reality, you are manifesting a new timeline in which the reality of whatever you're creating can exist. So think of it this way: when you create something, it has its own timeline of existence, which you also create. If you are a deliberate creator, this just becomes easy and you understand the process of this. Because some of us are searching timelines in vain. We're searching timelines that can exist, do exist, but it's not a deliberate form of our own creative process, if that makes sense. So let me say that again. Once you are in this space of actively, dynamically, and consciously, deliberately creating your reality, you are manifesting a new timeline in which the reality of that which you are creating can exist. So you're creating the vessel to support it as well as what you're creating. Does that make sense? So in 3D, we experience this timeline. In 3D, we will experience it through the illusion of space and time, because that's how we conceptualize, compartmentalize, and bring meaning to our lives here in 3D. So through your frequency or your felt experience, you are creating, and we're always having an experience that we are feeling into, whether we're connected to it or not. But there is always a frequency, a felt experience that is moving through us, that incorporates us, and that we incorporate into that which we are connecting with or communicating with. So through your frequency, your felt experience, you are creating a vibrational imprint, an electronic signature of it, of whatever you're creating. So in 3D reality, we put, let's just say, a timestamp on this creation. And if we agree to play by the rules here in 3D, in this time-space reality construct that we've kind of mutually agreed upon, and defining this experience through the linear mind only, we will either call this timestamp now, the past, or the future. But in the unlimited, infinite quantum field of mind, or what I call the Mother Creatrix mind, the now is eternal, because it signifies the one consciousness. So that goes on, because whatever is experienced as real is eternal. Whatever is eternal is real. So, in other words, all that exists in the now is eternal, and it absorbs the past and the future into a unified singular field of consciousness. So think about that. In the unlimited infinite quantum field of mind, or the Mother Creatrix mind, because everything comes from the Mother, all life begins with the Mother, the now is eternal, and it absorbs the past and the future into a unified field of consciousness. A singular field. There is no separation. So time is really an illusion here, and we are the creators of time, because we have to create this timeline, or something that can support our creations. That's part of living in the 3D reality, let's just say. But the all, the one all, sorry, come on. The one all exists beyond the time-space continuum of 3D. And whatever we can imagine or create through this electronic signature of our thoughts, our feelings, in essence, has already happened. So it exists in a 0 point of now consciousness that is accessible through alignment with the frequency that created it. So I'm going to say that again. What you're creating, and you think you're in the process of creating something, but the second you have a thought and a feeling that moves this essence into form, you have already essentially created it. It already exists. So it exists in a 0 point of now consciousness, because the now is eternal and it absorbs the past and the future. And it is only accessible through the alignment with the frequency that created it. So think about that. In other words, that which we create, we've already created, and we bend or jump time in order to access it through embodying a frequency. Anything we can imagine or dream up has an energetic vibration that already exists. It's already there. It's in the great cosmic soup, the womb of the all that is, the womb of the mother, essentially, the womb of no thing, this great cosmic ocean of consciousness. So it's already created. Whatever we want, it's already there. And so we bend or jump time to get it through embodying the frequency that created it. Anything we can imagine or dream up has an energetic vibration that already exists. It is just one access point in the womb of all that is, that cosmic ocean of the universe. So when you are remembering your future, this is why I like to call it that, when you are remembering your future, you are already, well, you're simply recreating something in the now moment that is already eternal. Does that make sense? Remembering your future is much different than, and I want to make this distinction, remembering your future is much different than dwelling on the past or constantly thinking about the future, worrying about the future with feelings of desperation or despair, pain, lack, sorrow, or want, or even grief. This is fleeing from the now moment, not interacting with it in a deliberate way. So in this space of ego illusion, you are siphoning off energy, valuable, creative energy from the now moment. And you are not accessing your full power. You are not accessing your full potential that is available to you in the quantum field of mind, or what I like to call the Mother Creatrix mind. You are siphoning off energy in this way, and it perpetuates the duality of separation that we know so well with the linear 3D mind. And it means you are searching other timelines, kind of frantically, from an energy of lack or desperation, rather than consciously or deliberately creating them. So essentially, when you are searching for other timelines by, let's just say, worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you're going through and sifting through timelines that have already been, because it was the frequency of lack or suffering that created them. Does that make sense? And you may be suffering in the illusion that you are creating a new timeline, like worrying something into being, but it does not work that way. So the conscious, in the space of ego illusion, where you're siphoning off this energy, you are devaluing your creative potential as a master builder of your experience. You are literally siphoning off powerful creative energy that allows you to create consciously and deliberately and without resistance. We all have this ability to do this. Not just me who's been playing in this stuff. We all have the ability to do this. And this is what I was guiding women through in the Money Lab today. Because it's really important for us to understand that we have lots of new manifesting tools at our disposal, like remembering your future, that help us to go beyond this sense of duality. When we think of, I want something, well, we want it because we don't have it now. I aim to be something. I would like to be something. I would like to have something. And the reason we are aware of that contrast is because we don't have it now. This is totally anchored in the illusion of duality in 3D. And our manifesting prowess really gets stunted by this constant framing of everything in duality. So this is a tool to help us close that gap in going into the non-dual consciousness, that singular field where everything is created. The conscious creation of remembering your future as a manifesting tool for understanding how we make things physical here in the 3D right now. What we're doing when we access this is we are accessing the unified field of eternal consciousness with a sustained resonance of the vibration of our desires right here, right now, in our linear time-space. So it's a simultaneous thing. Using remembering your future as a manifesting tool means that you're figuring out how to make things physical here in the 3D by closing the gap. You're accessing the unified field of eternal consciousness with a sustained resonance of it, of something that is the vibration of your higher desires, the higher energetics of your desires that are aligned with abundance and prosperity and wealth. And you're bringing that into this linear space simultaneously. Essentially, you're doing manifesting in 4D and going in and out of 5D or beyond based on your level of practice, because it's all about practice. We can do this. We came from a place where we did do this, not necessarily working and manifesting things on a 3D plane, but we have come from different greater dimensional ranges of experience where all of this is possible, and we've all done it before in an infinite sense. So it is how this tool of remembering your future, which is a guided experience that I guide you through, it is how we bring the eternal, the real, quote unquote, and the tangible into the now. And what does this do? This allows you to actually relax. It allows you to relax into the truth of what I desire already exists, from what I explained earlier. And here's the paradox of manifesting that we can't quite put our fingers on and get to the heart of here in 3D, is that when we surrender the outcome and we don't attach ourselves or force an outcome of something, the manifestation, meaning the physical reality, what you're asking for showing up on the 3D plane, can sometimes be instantaneous. Because if we just allow it to be, and it actually takes more energy to resist calling this in than to allow it, we often think it's the other way around. Our natural state is to allow abundance. So if we remove all the resistance of trying to force the outcomes, if we remove all the resistance of trying to think that it's going to show up and look just like this, or take this form and it can't take any other form, or we try to force a timeline for it to show up, meaning it has to be immediate, or the universe doesn't have my back and doesn't support me. If we can remove all of that resistance by relaxing into the truth of what I desire already exists, then from this enlightened perspective, you don't need to force or attach yourself to the outcomes. What you want already is. You simply allow it to be. And you simply allow yourself to call it in. So it really is something, I mean, I could explain it even more, but it's obviously something that is completely experiential. I guide you through this process of being able to, once you're connected into the mother womb, which is a very powerful DNA empowerment that allows you to connect to the womb of no thing with your physical sacral womb in your body and the womb of Mother Earth. And so with this place of enlightened and awakened connection, you have that felt sense of the unified field. You have that felt sense of the singularity, that you are connected to the web of life and the web of life is connected to you, and there is no separation between. And from the space of the non-dual, it's very easy to guide yourself through a process of remembering your future. Because remember, it's already been created. What you're asking for, what you're asking to be, do, or have. You are simply moving into alignment by getting in that frequency to access it. So this is something that I'm guiding women through in the Money Lab. It's also something that's going to be coming in the next round of Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. And it's going to be refined even further when I teach Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp again. And it is also something that I'm working with in private sessions. We're working with Mother Creatrix energy and manifesting in the matrix of creation. So those are private sessions. But if you're interested in working with this and having a really tangible relationship with remembering your future and learning how to do this, it's actually quite easy. It just takes practice, because it's a process of, you're not learning a new thing, you're not necessarily learning a new technology, you're remembering a technology that you were very good at using before. So I'd love to help you with that if you if you would like to know more about it. And it is as fascinating as it sounds. I have been using it so much. My coach and I, my personal mentor and I, have been playing in this space. And just in the span of 1 week, the things I've been able to call in a very seemingly effortless way have been shocking to me. So I would love to share this with more people and get the word out there. So this is on my business page. So if you feel compelled to share this, please do, because this work really is as fascinating as it sounds. And it really is this bridge. Using a tool like Remembering Your Future, it is a bridge that helps us close the gap on being able to move from 3D into 5D and learn a whole new set of tools and resources and technologies that allow us to truly feel like we're moving forward on this ascension process in a really powerful and profound way. So thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful to you and eye-opening and heart and mind-opening too. And I want to wish you a beautiful night. Love and peace.